Alright everyone, as promised, this is part 2 of the 2 videos I'm putting up today. This is the good one. This is a big chunk of the Machelke collection, which I've referenced in previous videos. The Amazing Fantasy 15 was the big book out of that collection, and the, last time we got some bronze stuff in, there was some Machelke books in there. Marvel Spotlight 5, Ghost Rider 1, things like that. This stuff is good. This is going to be the good stuff. This is going to be the good video. I don't have much more stuff like this. I'm going to start with the bigger box and get smaller because they get more expensive as the boxes get smaller. These 2 boxes down here were walkthrough. These were express. These were standard. And I'm kind of have an idea of what I sent in. I know what's in these boxes. I don't really know what's in here. I don't know the grades. I don't look at the invoices after CGC grades them and they put them on the website. You can find out immediately what the grades are. I never look. I always wait till I get these in. So I can be as surprised as you are. So this stuff here is, let's see, there's Walkthrough Express Standard. So this is the stuff that is valued between $400 and $1,000 a book, supposedly. The walkthrough is stuff that's more than $3,000. The express is stuff that's $1,000 to $3,000. This is the stuff that's $400 to $1,000. There was 1 or 2 books that were out of my personal collection that I'll be glad to see. I've had them forever. Oh. Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting. My first purple label. They claim one of the covers is trimmed. All right. Anyway, so let's see if I can get these out of here. They're kind of snug. I don't know how. Well, anyway, I don't know. All right, let's just start with. We'll start with this. The grades aren't quite where I want them to be, but they're still rated. It's still rated stuff. So here's an X-Men number 3, 5.5. There's an X-Men number 4. 6.5. No. Try to do them in order here. Okay, here's the one that's interesting. I'm not sure. Anyway, the X-Men number 2. They hit me with a purple label. They say the cover was trimmed. Which, I mean, I guess they know what they're looking for, but as far as I know, Paul bought these. Well, he didn't buy them off the rack, but he bought them back in the 60s. So I guess it's possible that somebody trimmed it. I don't know. They claim the cover's trimmed. What are you gonna do? Okay. Here's Avengers number 2, 6.5. Yeah. Spam. I didn't have spam in the last video, in the last boxes. I have spam in this one. That's nice. Avengers number 3, 8.5. It would have been nice if that was the Avengers number 4 at an 8.5, but the Avengers number 4 I know had a little tiny fleck on the bottom corner. But got a 7.5, which I'll take that. I'll take that on an Avengers 4. First Silver Age Captain America, 7.5. Let's see. to this stack next. So just pick up thousands of dollars worth of books just with one hand. The Fantastic Four number 2, 5.5. Fantastic Four number 3, 5.0. Fantastic Four number 4, first Silver Age Submariner, 5.0. Fantastic Four number 5. Yeah, it had writing on the cover and whatnot, but 4.5, first Doom. And Fantastic Four number 12. 6.5, the first Thing Hulk battle. It's kind of I guess a key. People are looking for that one, I suppose. Oh, let's do Spider-Man. Okay. Spider-Man number 2, first Vulture, 8.0. Nice. Number 3, first Doc Ock, 6.5. Not too shabby. Number 4, first Sandman, 6.5. Number 5, Dr. Doom appearance, 6.0. And number 14, first Green Goblin, 7.0. Not bad. Not bad. I know it's not like I was not expecting 9s, 9 8s. This is all stuff that Paul, like I said, I've said multiple times. Paul, he bought a lot of these off the rack back in the 60s. I think he probably bought a lot of them from, maybe early conventions and things like that. I know he didn't buy them all off the rack originally. After a certain point he did, and I don't know what point that is. We never really nailed that down. Like 1968, he started buying them off the rack or whatever. I know like his Fantastic Four number 1 wasn't, he picked it up after the fact because it's pretty rough. But the books get really nice really fast, and we'll see that in the future videos, like once you get into Spider-Man into the 30s and 40s. I think they're really, really sharp. Let's just see what we got here. Oh, that's cool. Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos, number 1, 6.5. It's just a little bit of random stuff. Like I said, this is the stuff that was guide price between $400 and $1,000. Iron Man number 1, 9.4. I think that's my first near mint out of the Machalke stuff. Iron Man number 1, 9.4. That one's kind of dirty. Daredevil number 1, only a 5.5. But I don't know. It's got the arrival stamp on it, which I thought was actually kind of neat. Iron Man 55, 9.0. That's better than the last one I had. The last one I had was, I don't remember, 7, I think. I'll take a 9.0 on that. I'll probably sit on that until Infinity War comes out. Giant Size X-Men 1, 9.0. It's pretty nice. It's not super bright white. It says off-white to white pages, but that's a nice looking book. I'll take a 9 on that. And one more little stack. Let's skip that. X-Men 94, 9.0. That's nice. It's not a 9.8, but they can't all be, right? This one was one that's for my collection. I did buy it at the store though. Somebody brought in a box of stuff. I did a video on this last year or whatever. 4 color 386, first Uncle Scrooge. And like I said, I like Uncle Scrooge. It's an 8.0, which I'm happy with. I'm very happy with. It has a little bit of staining on the front cover, and you know, it's got some staining on the back cover. I mean, it's not a perfect book, but I mean, the guy brought it in a cardboard box. Here's a box full of comics. So I'll definitely, I really like owning that. Okay, well, not as good as I wanted. Okay, this one, I can tell these apart because this is the one I've had for years and years. I was kind of hoping for a 9, but now that, you know, it does have some problems. Spider-Man 129, 8.5. Has a couple little dings on the spine, kind of a soft corner. I mean, it's an 8.5. It's a sharp book. Not as sharp as the Michalke one, which is a 9.4. I'd definitely take that. I know this one's his. I have scans and notes on all this stuff before I send it in. His has a little bit nicer color on here, and it doesn't have the little. There's a little ding on mine that I'm very familiar with because I've seen it for the last 30 years. I'm like, oh man, it's got that little ding right there. Yeah, I've been looking at it for 30 years. But I'll take a 9.4 on a Spider-Man 129 all day. Okay. Box number 2. This is the, I don't know where to put my knife. Did you see where I put my knife? Well, balls. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, I found the knife. Okay. So that was the standard, maybe. So this was the express stuff, not the walkthrough, you know, not the $3,000 and more stuff, but the more than 1,000 stuff. That's per book. There's, I want to say there's 5 books in here. Peanuts. Because bubble wrap doesn't make a mess. You gotta be packing things. No, I appreciate it, CGC. I'm glad that you packed them like that. Okay. Okay, so we got the bubble wrap off of there. Got the cardboard off of there. Got a couple rubber bands holding it all together. This is, you know, I guess they didn't want them to slide around. You know, when you put on the invoice that it's $15,000 worth of books, they kind of take care of it. Okay, here's another one that I've had this book forever. I got this book personally about the same time as I got the Spider-Man 129. I bought them from a store I worked at when I was a kid. It was in Bay City, probably around 88, 89, something like that. And he would get these books in. I mean, at the time, you know, these books were only like 25 years old. They weren't, you know, as hard to find. But I think I paid $100. I paid $100 for the Spider-Man 129. I paid $100 for this. I'm gonna have to look at the scans and see which one is which. I know, whatever. But Hulk 181, first Wolverine, everybody's favorite book. Everybody loves that book. First full Wolverine. It's not the cameo from 180, obviously. 9.4, near mint. I will take that. And the other one, 9.4, near mint. I will take that also. They both have a couple little scuffs on them. They're just in different places, but one of those is mine and one is from the collection. We got a Tales to Astonish 4.0. I mean, I knew that one was rough, but whatever. It's first Ant-Man. First appearance of Ant-Man. Tales 27. Yeah, that could have been better. Strange Tales 110. Obviously, this book is kind of jumping up a little bit, or did jump up a little bit because of First Doctor Strange. A 6.0 on that. And the last one in this box was an Avengers #1. 6.5. Nice. I mean, it's better. It's nicer than the. It's nicer than the Amazing Fantasy was. Okay. This is the stuff that everybody wants to see. This is the stuff I want to see. Adam's already looked at it. Adam knows what the grades are. So these are the two that I sort of joke that, you know, these two boxes are worth more than my house, but honestly, it's not really a joke. We'll see. Okay, so these are what I've been calling the Big Six. So we had the Amazing Fantasy 15, obviously it was the granddaddy of this collection. These are the rest of the key #1. The rest of the key #1s from this this collection, the Michalke books here. Not bad. Not bad. Amazing Spider-Man #1, 7.0. I knew it was better than the Fantasy 15, you know, just from holding up and comparing it. I was hoping for a 7. That's what we got on that. This one I knew was rough, but this is like the second most expensive Silver Age comic, sort of. You got a Hulk #1. It's a 4.5. It's kind of rough. It's the UK edition, but you know, you look in Overstreet. You know, Amazing Fantasy 15 is the most expensive Silver Age book. Hulk #1 is the second most expensive Silver Age book. And X-Men #1, 6.0. I'll take that. It's, you know, for you know, the book's. I don't even know how old the book is. How old is that book? 50 years old? 1963. 73, 83, 93, 03, 13. Yeah, so like 54 years old. It's 6.0. I think the Spider-Man was the second biggest book out of this collection. Just because it's, you know, I think in that grade, I don't know what it is, and that grade's like $8,000 or $9,000, $10,000, I don't know. Oh man, this one I'm happy with. Even though there's a big writing on the cover. But so this is a Tales of Suspense 39 First Iron Man 8.0. It's got a 5 written on it, which kind of sucks. You know, in pen, and I don't know if that's at some point they were selling for a nickel, or if that's, you know, part of an arrival stamp or whatever, but it's a really sharp book except for that, which is why it's an 8. Well, this one didn't come as nice as I wanted, and the other one came back better than I thought it would. Journey into Mystery 83. First Thor. 6.5. And this book was sharp too. I actually thought this one would be a little. I thought this one would be a little higher. I thought that'd be higher than a 6.5. But I actually like the arrival stamp. You can see it there. It's just like very clean. It's in a nice spot. You know, it's like straight in there. It's not just a messy, blurry stamp. June 5th, 1962, this book came out. And, you know, so that they give the date as August 1962 because that's what the cover says, but it actually came in June. So 6.5. And lastly, Fantastic Four #1, 5.5. That one was was pretty rough. I knew that one was, you know, it wasn't going to be great, but I honestly didn't expect a 5.5 on that, so I'll take that. That's for sure. So the Fantastic Four, out of his Silver Age stuff, the Fantastic Fours were probably the roughest books overall. And with that being a 5.5, yeah, and the 2, 3, and 4s were all 5.5, 5, 4.5. But then by the time you get to number 12, it's a 6.5. And I think they just get nicer from there. I forget what. I'd have to go back and look, because I got back like the first Black Panther and a couple of those, and I want to say those were. Let me check. Because these were out of the Michelke. And see, so that 12 is a 6.5, and then by the time you get up to, 46 was a 7.5, 48 was a 9, 52 was like an 8.5, and that's going to be kind of the condition on probably most of the books after that. So once you get into, that was number 46 was 1966, so pretty much the stuff after the mid-60s is going to be a lot nicer condition. His Marvel Spotlight, that came out in 1872. That was a 9.2. The 129 and the 181, those are 9.4s. Those are mid-70s books. The Ghost Rider number 1, 8.5. So anyway, couple nice books. I'm waiting on some of the rest of like the early stuff of this, like what I get, X-Men 2, 3, and 4. I think the other box has like 5 through 10. Has the other really key Spider-Man books, the First Mysterio and First Craven and stuff like that. I think those are the other books the other box of books that's coming in next week. So this is the first part of the Michelke collection that I've really gotten the big books back. I'm going to get these sort of packaged up and start listing them on eBay. I mean, they're all going to be for sale for the most part. I may keep one or two myself, but for the most part, the stuff's going. I sold the Amazing Fantasy 15. I can sell all the rest of these. So, if I was going to keep any book, that's the book I would have kept. But anyway, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, ask down in the comments. I'll talk about this stuff all day long. When I get the next box in, I'll do a video, and I'm also waiting on sort of a special piece that I'm getting to go along with this. That's a surprise. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll have the other video up. It's a little short one, 25 book box. Should have that next week. They've been graded. They just need to be shipped. All right, thanks.